Okay, so here we go. We're gonna drive the car around from the garage out into the paint booth. Johnny just said this will be exciting, so we'll see what happens. Here he comes around the corner. Door just swung open. I'm gonna run up there and grab a hold of that. Okay. I always knew it was a small car, but it sure looks tiny in this paint booth. Okay, next step is draping the engine compartment and the trunk area so that we can keep those as clean as possible under the masking that we're going to do. Overspray gets everywhere, Mr. Alibi says.
Mr. Alibi. Here to hold the fender on, and we're painting the jam, the hood jam, at the same time as the rest of the car. So to avoid having overspray go into the motor, you got to block all these holes off. And this tape, you want it to tear, sorry, it don't tear. I know. You want it to tear, it does. No. How does that go? If you don't want it to tear, it tears.
That tears it. So in case you ever wonder why a paint job costs so much money, it's not just that the paint is expensive, it's the hours and hours of labor prepping the metal for the paint and then doing all this masking. So we started masking, at about 9 o'clock. I'll let you know when we're done. So a piece of tape, sticky side up, that the paper will lay on. Keep the paper off the masker. And then you lay tape to tape. Working slowly and carefully to make sure that it's sealed evenly all the way along. Fold the paper over if needed. Smooth it out. Tape the edges. Now we're going to fill the hole between the pieces of paper with tape to make sure everything is sealed off. It's never fully sealed. As you'll see when we take all this paper off, there will be overspray on that cloth that we put over the engine. Do the best you can. Every visible opening painstakingly sealed.
What a pain in the ass.
So Johnny just had a moment of not necessarily enlightenment, memory, whatever, and he told me that back in the day he would paint the jams last because it's easier to tape off the body than the jams. And as you can see, painting off the jam and the door that he's already painted is a lot of work. Also, if you did get any overspray when painting the jams afterwards, you're going to buff and color sand anyway on the body. So a note for the future, save the jams for last. So we're about an hour and a half from when we started masking, and we're not quite done. Johnny probably thinks we're like beyond not quite. It's more than that, but because he's doing all the hard work. It's starting to get hot in the booth. You gotta love that Southern California sun, but this side of the car is hotter than a firecracker. Can't even touch it. So we're definitely going to start early in the morning to paint, and paint on this side first, and then on the shady side last. And obviously that didn't need saying, but I can't help myself, Johnny.
I know, we'll be dancing around this car. By the time I get done over there and done over here, I'll be ready to go back. I mean, it's
Right.
a little car.
It's a little car. We'll be done in 5 minutes.
It's going to be quick, actually, but...
So another quick run through with the blower, double checking everything, and then in a couple of minutes we're going to turn off the blowers, the big blowers, and let this thing fold down for the night. Tomorrow, or later today, we still have to mask the deck lid and the hood, and then bring those in the morning. Quite a project. The blower is a Hercules from Harbor Freight. Battery powered, super light and easy, but powerful enough. Does a great job for us in many places. So, Johnny, let's see that blower. That's a Hercules from Harbor Freight, right? Yeah, Hercules, battery powered.
That's a cool little blower, for quick jobs. I have a big plug-in one that's got a lot more power, but this is adequate for a lot of jobs.
All right, thank you. Yeah, just about 3 hours. So just about 11 o'clock. So the wind started to pick up. So we dropped it down, and the car is inside of it. I can see the silhouette of it, covered, of course. And now we're going to go to Harbor Freight and get air hoses and other fun stuff.